My name's Alwyn Young. We're contractors in County Tyrone. Our base would be near hand Castlederg. In general, we do grass, slurry, hedges. Winter months then we would do hedge cutting rushes. Basically most of the general farming needs. We used to do a fair bit of reseeding, but because of the way the climate has gone, it was dry enough to get at reseeding. It was dry enough to go at grass. The rainfalls held us back badly. I would say it's nearly one of my worst years that I ever experienced. Grass was early this year. A lot of farmers was trying to get the grass cut at a leafy young age to try and cut down on the meal bill for this incoming winter. But everything just went totally against us. Grass was early. All my customers were early, and then it didn't stop raining. Our mowers of choice would tend to be Kverneland. The reason being we would have challenging conditions. We did try a few other makes, but we always seemed to end up back at Kverneland. They then came out with butterfly mowers, and we had one of the first set of the 50/90 mowers, and we had a good few set of them. And since that they've moved on to the latest butterflies now, and we currently run 2 sets of them. Advantages over the 50/90s compared to these mowers would be weight. Weight would have been a big thing for us because of the ground being soft. The 50/90s done the job well, but they were on the heavy side. Whereas these mowers definitely now would be a lot lighter, and whenever the mowers are lifted and he's turning, he's not leaving the same imprints or the same damage to the ground. And the other factor is these mowers has a wider cutting width. So on damp ground, the bigger the pass, the more if you can take in a single pass, the less times you have to travel ground. Not today. We have a different mower in the front today, but we have a wider 11-foot front mower. And the rear mowers can be telescopic out, so we can get the full advantage of mowing the full width of the mower, which you can take here. These mowers really float. You can watch them, and they really do. One mower could be dipping away into a hollow, whereas the 50/90s just wouldn't have followed the ground just the same. Last year, because it had been so dry of a year, we weren't doing the one pass where we're cutting it out flat and then everything was raked up again. So there weren't the same need for the BX or the belts on the mowers. So the belts is very easy taking off the mowers. It's only a matter of a quick release coupler for the pipes and one pin, and set the mowers. You just set the mowers down and drive out. So it's very simple, whereas you have less weight. There's actually less watching going in and out of gates for the mower's not near as long behind you. One of the other key points for us is having dealers local. If something does go wrong and you need help, you know, there's a great network of Kverneland dealers not far from here. Their knowledge on the machine is, you couldn't fault them. You know, if they will at all, they will try and help you out of a hole. We've always used Kverneland, and Kverneland with us has got a proven track record. You know, you couldn't ask for better. My dad does a good percentage of the mowing. Dad always was on the 50/90s, and then we moved him from that to these mowers, and we kind of started to wonder to ourselves, you know, how well or how quick is he going to be able to get on to the new computer or whatever. Hey, no bother. So it is something to say for itself, you know. It's easy picked up. It's not to say it's rocket science.
When farming means business,